Hey folks, it's Kyle here from Social Geeks Digital Agency. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about your mental health when running a business. I wanted to discuss this topic today so that we could have a conversation around how this affects business owners or human beings as a whole. Because if you're human, you have dealt with mental health issues. In a world now where everything is so manicured to look perfect from the outside looking in, it's especially important to be having real, authentic conversations about topics that we can all relate to. I thought that it was important to talk about this because mental health still has a stigma attached to it, where people feel like they should be embarrassed or ashamed about having feelings of depression or anxiety. And for business owners, it's especially important that we talk about these issues. Having worked with thousands of business clients over the last decade, I've had some really good heart-to-heart conversations with other business owners talking about how these issues affect them. And some of these conversations are about not feeling like they're doing good enough or feeling like they're a fraud or any of the concerns about money and cash flow, feelings of defeat and depression and feel like they want to just give up. The reason I wanted to talk about this today is that it's World Gratitude Day on the 21st of September. And I think this is the most important time of the year for us to come together and do something about addressing the stigma of mental health issues. This is something that really strikes to the core of me because I've struggled with depression since I was a teenager. And it's always been something that I've had to manage, and it feels like an invisible handicap that people don't see. One of our amazing clients, Sharing Kindness, is running a 21-day gratitude challenge, which is a scientifically proven way to deal with feelings of depression, to find things in your life that you're grateful for, and to form that habit over a 3-week period. If you can show up for 5 minutes a day for 21 days, you will have formed new habits that are scientifically proven to alter your brain chemistry, form new neural pathways, and help you see the world through a more positive lens. This free challenge is one of the most impactful things that I could have the privilege of being involved with. The founder, Tess, is on a mission to help get gratitude and resilience and kindness into over 1 million households around the world. So what are some ways that you can help with your mental health, whether you're a business owner or not? Whether it's things like burnout, exhaustion, feelings of depression, anxiety, imposter syndrome, all of these are mental health issues that business owners especially face. The first way is making sure that you're looking after yourself. Often people look after themselves last and look after their loved ones first. I remember hearing a study where they talked about people who are given medication for a loved one, like a child or a partner, or even for a pet, are more likely to make sure that person or that pet gets that medication to the end of the script. However, for themselves, often people won't make it to the end of the script. And that study just shocked me in terms of how much we don't look after ourselves. We don't put ourselves first. When it comes to our mental health, it's super important that we do put ourselves first, that we do give ourselves time to look after our mind, our body, and our soul. I find personally that looking after your body is probably the best thing that you can do to help with your mental health. And this can be broken down into a few key areas. The first one is making sure that you're getting a good amount of sleep and that you're going to bed at a consistent time. Your circadian rhythm is very important for your mental health and just for your general health and well-being. Making sure that you go to bed at the same time, you're waking up at the same time, can help you get into a good pattern, help your body in creating the different hormones and neurotransmitters that you need at specific times and getting back into those natural rhythms. Getting to sleep at the same times can have a massive effect on how you're feeling and obviously your energy levels. The second thing is making sure that you're doing something to get active. Your body needs you to move. And if you're doing half an hour, going for a run, going for a walk, or lifting weights, doing something for half an hour a day is super important just to get those hormones, get that energy flowing in your body. I find that if I don't work out for a period of 2 weeks or more, my depression kicks in full force and I feel absolutely depressed and horrible. Recently, in the last 2 weeks, I've just moved into a new home. Things have been upside down, getting to sleep late, getting up too early. I'm feeling exhausted. So recording this episode couldn't come at a more timely point in my life. Another thing that helps with looking after yourself is making sure that you're eating right. I know it seems silly, but just making sure that you're trying to eat whole foods, that you're reducing the amount of sugar and processed foods that you're eating can have a dramatic effect on your mood and your mental health. And then lastly, if you're an introvert or you're an extrovert, it really depends on your personality type here, making sure that you set aside time for you to recharge your batteries. For me, I am a massive extrovert. I love talking to people. Just getting on a phone call and talking to a friend for half an hour can really lift my spirits and make me feel recharged and great again. If you're an extrovert, making sure that you're getting time to catch up with friends, catch up with family, and doing that on a regular basis will help you in feeling better. The last thing you want to do is work yourself into the ground and isolate yourself from everyone so that your work becomes your life is your work, and all you're doing is work. That can be quite a toxic but easy to fall into trap for a lot of business owners. So you want to make sure that you're assigning yourself time in your week to catch up with friends, catch up with family. You're doing that for your mental health. You're doing that to recharge your batteries. As an introvert, the opposite would come in. Make sure that you set aside time, even if it's 10 to 30 minutes a day, to go for a walk by yourself, sit down and read a book, to do some yoga, to just do some breathing, spend some time by yourself is a really good way to recharge your batteries. The last thing that I recommend, which is something that I try to do and oftentimes fall out of the habit of doing because it's just like going to the gym, is setting aside 5 minutes a day to gratitude journal. There's so many studies that I have found, thanks to sharing kindness and going through that with Tess, that show just by sitting down for 5 minutes a day and writing 3 things that you're grateful for in your life. That could be the people in your life. That could be things like this beautiful coffee that I'm drinking at 7 a.m. That could be things about yourself, just being in good health, or having the ability to work online, or having running water that comes out of your tap that you're able to drink, having a fridge where you can store your food, having a certain friend in your life who lights you up, having an amazing partner, having parents that support you, whatever it is, writing those things down. And I find that if you find 3 things that you're grateful for in the day, that can be a really good way to do things and get things started. I highly recommend gratitude as a practice. And it's something that I'm excited to get back into with the 21-day gratitude challenge with sharing kindness. If it's something that you struggle with, or it's something that you haven't done before, I'd highly recommend going to sharingkindness.com and subscribing to their 21-day gratitude challenge, which starts on the 21st of September. If you've missed out and you've started too late, don't worry, you can start whenever you want. And there will be an ongoing challenge there that will help you in getting that process started. Habits do take a while to form, so doing it consistently for 21 days will help you form that new habit, will help you get that into your daily routine, and hopefully it'll be something that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. 5 minutes a day isn't much, folks. If you can't allocate 5 minutes of your day to do something that's going to help you with your mental health and feeling good about your life, then I'm sorry, that seems like you might be the busiest person on the planet. I really do think that this is a practice that we could all get behind, a practice that we should all adopt in our lives. And it really does help you in making sure that you are seeing the things in your life to be grateful for. Your brain has filtering mechanisms built into it. It filters things out. And over time, depression has a nasty habit of filtering out all the good things and just focusing you on the bad things. Anxiety does the same thing. And when you're burnt out, you're overworked, underappreciated, those feelings of resentment, anger, sadness, depression, anxiety, they creep in and they start filtering out all the good things in your life. A gratitude practice can help bring those things back through and retrain your brain's filter to see things that you should be thankful for. Having the technology to be able to record this video, having the ability to have electricity so that we're able to power our lives, being able to work online, being able to talk to an audience of people who might resonate with this message. All of these things are things that I'm grateful for, and it's so easy to be able to pick these things once you know what to look for. This 21-day gratitude challenge will help you in giving you prompts each day to tell you, here's the thing that you're going to look for in your life to find things. And you might think this is the most impossible task ever, but when you're doing it with others, you're given prompts, you're guided through that process, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. So that, folks, is all I wanted to recap for today. It's a very brief but important message, I think, and something that's a little bit maybe off topic of what I'd usually talk about, being digital marketing. But I do want to make sure that I'm talking about important issues that might affect my community and business owners out there. I know for me that depression has always been a silent struggle that I've dealt with. It's held me back in a lot of areas of my life, which makes me even sadder to think about. But knowing that I'm not alone and knowing that there's other people out there who also have those struggles, and being able to share maybe some of the ways that I have found helpful, things that have helped me in my own personal journey, I think is something that's important to talk about. So if you resonate with this message, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys by leaving a comment wherever you're listening or watching to this. And I hope that you got something from today's episode. That's it for me. I hope that you guys have a great day. And as always, all the best with your marketing.